is gonna be here any minute, so think fast.
You really think she's gonna let her husband take the rap for Clint Buchanan?
We just have to come up with the right words.
You should have never told Buchanan that you were gonna take care of all of his legal problems.
It was the only way to keep him from showing Joey the footage. If Joey sees us plotting to take him for all he's worth, my marriage is dead in the water.
Wait a minute, you're worrying about your marriage?
You know what I mean. The marriage is part of the whole thing. The way to Joey's money. If we trash it now after everything we've done...
Yeah, well, sometimes it's better to just cut your losses.
Not until we have to. Come on, Cutter. I'm not going to jail, and neither are you. Ever since the wedding, you've just been in this mood. Nothing's changed. Everything is gonna be fine as long as you stay calm.
The hand on my thigh is not too common.
Well, if it isn't everybody's favorite brother and sister.
Rama, hi. Cutter and I have been so worried thinking about poor Vimal in lockup. How's he doing?
Great, actually. He worked out a deal with the prosecution. He's getting full immunity.
Immunity?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
My husband will not go to jail, but Clint Buchanan will.
Can I just ask, has Vimal actually signed this immunity deal? I mean, is it final?
It will be once it goes before the court.
But that hasn't happened yet.
There's been a slight delay. Miss Delgado had some kind of family emergency.
It is so good that nothing's been signed. This could be a blessing in disguise.
Why would that be?
Rama, you and I, we go way back. So I hope you know that I am telling you this for your own good.
Telling me what?
You cannot, under any circumstances, let your husband take this immunity deal.
You're gonna tell...
So you see, if Vimal signs the deal, it only works for the short term.
And you want more for your husband than that, right? You want him to have a future.
Yeah, of course.
Getting out of jail is only half the battle.
Right, because what happens after that?
After Vimal testifies.
Clint Buchanan is punished. That's what happens.
And you think that's a good thing?
Yeah, once that man is behind bars, my Vimal is safe.
That's where you're wrong.
Vimal is only safe from jail, but he will never, ever be safe from Clint Buchanan.
You're wrong. Miss Delgado assured us that Clint Buchanan will serve a very long sentence. Vimal and I have nothing to fear.
You think jail stops someone like Clint?
He has a whole network of people just waiting for him to snap his fingers.
Remember those guys that threatened to beat Vimal up?
Those very large guys?
They're not just gonna beat him up this time, honey. If Vimal takes this deal, he's as good as dead.
No. Nothing's gonna happen to Vimal. Nothing at all. Because you're gonna protect us, Aubrey.
Me? How am I gonna do that?
That's your problem. But you'll do it, and you know why? Because I know all about Aubrey Wentworth. Namely, I know you're not really Aubrey Wentworth. And Cutter is really your brother. So unless you want your husband to know what I know, you'll make my husband's safety a top priority.
Yes. Hey, you're supposed to be Aubrey's friend. Where the hell do you get off threatening her like that?
It's all right. If my husband was in jail, I would be defensive too. But Rama, we can all win. We just have to play our cards right.
All right, think about this. If, and this is a big if, we are able to keep you and Vimal safe, and he signs the statement, and then Clint goes to jail.
Yeah, right.
Where does that leave Vimal after that? Broke and without a job. And Aubrey will be broke too. I mean, with no Buchanan Enterprises.
There will always be a Buchanan Enterprise.
Have you seen the Dow lately? Now that everyone knows Clint's in trouble, the BE stock is plummeting.
Anyone named Buchanan's gonna take it on the chin, and that includes Joey.
And without Joey's money, how am I supposed to help you?
Do you think the company could really go under?
If Clint's thrown in jail, yes, it's just a matter of time.
So what do we do?
Someone's gonna have to take one for the team.
Like who?
Vimal can't sign that statement. If he takes the fall for Clint, all of our worries disappear.
You crazy?
Don't panic, okay? It's not as bad as it sounds.
You're telling me my Vimal's gonna rot in jail?
Of course he won't. All right, you've got a great lawyer, right? The one that Aubrey's paying for? Teo Delgado will get him out on the streets in no time.
Yeah, Cutter's right. Vimal doesn't have a record. The whole DNA thing was not his idea.
Plus, with time off for good behavior.
He'll be back in your arms before you know it. And BE will still be in business, so I'll be able to give you a nice chunk of cash to get you guys back on your feet again.
You'll have to be more specific.
About what?
The chunk. How large will it be? Could I have that in writing, please?
No problem.